First and foremost, we're going to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua.
Shalom to the elders in the Akim, and through thy precepts,
I get understanding.
all right? Also, shalom to the Akwaf, the women that's out there, and the children that are seeking the truth as well. We down here in Baltimore again. Things kind of shut down. Everybody's running around wearing a mask. Or not. But mostly is wearing a mask outside. Like, do people know how viruses work? Is anybody looking at a microcosm to see how this big world works in the macrocosm? All right, from the smallest molecule up to our entire existence inside the firmament, it's all parabolic. And we out here to teach our people, tell them to repent, come back to the Lord.
The Israelites.
Let people know about the nations that's out here surrounding us. What nation are you? That's my big question. What nation are you? Okay, are you American? Just as much as Paul was Roman, right? But we're in a wicked world, man. Citizenship, right? That's a whole nother language that we don't speak, man. Masha, can I get Job?
This is Job 9, chapter 9, verse 24.
Bring it out.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. All right? So, do we really know what that means? Or do we have examples that we can grasp out of this world and try to align the stars, so to speak, as far as this information goes? What is the nation that we live in? Where did it come from? All right? What is the Statue of Liberty? What does it mean? Who are the rulers of the earth? If the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, I mean, it's obvious. If you have eyes to see and even ears to hear, you can hear the wickedness. You can feel the wickedness. This place is brimming with wickedness.
This is Job 20 and 15.
Bring it out.
It says, he hath swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. Yahweh shall cast them out of his belly.
So, keep going.
I'm going to jump down to 19. This is Job 20 and 19.
Bring it out.
It says, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor, because he hath violently taken away an house which he buildeth not.
Look at this. This land does not belong to the people who are occupying and claiming authority over this land.
Edomites.
But in a sense, they do. Because they have written the laws and they have conscripted the laws that give them the ownership of this land. But is that really the law of the land? What capacity are we operating? What type of law is being administered here? And how many different types? It's layered. It goes so deep, so many different ways. It's almost there to confuse you, man. This is Babylon. Where we at, guys?
Babylon. Land of confusion.
Babylon, America. But Babylon sits on many waters, right? So it got these treaties with all these other nations and all these elite people of these different nations with dual citizenship, making moves over different countries. We can't go to Antarctica. Who's doing all that? Now, you got me in Psalms 83.
It's Psalms 83 and 1.
Bring it out.
Keep not thou silence, O Lord.
Keep not thou silence, O Lord.
Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my power. For lo, thine enemy make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. It's like we got their attention like they're some dinosaurs, like some raptors. They were like, ah! And they're zoned in on us. And they know exactly what their plan is to keep rulership of this kingdom. Continue on, Baba Kashan.
Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Crafty counsel, all right? And another whole level of all this is like, there's ritual and numerology going on. So, with all that, that crafty counsel, that's like a C and a C, like a 3 and a 3. The 33rd degree of masonry, Freemasonry, man. Y'all people need to repent and come out of that. Okay? Crafty counsel, Freemasons, run the world, right? Let's keep going.
And thy And they consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden ones, okay? We're the Lord's special people. But we messed up and we went off. And now we're in the middle of judgment and curses that you can find in Deuteronomy 28. So, again, where are we? Who are you? Where is Israel? Continue, please.
Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
All right, hold on. So, what's the only nation on earth that's exiled from their land, as the Bible tells you? Who's exiled from their land? The Israelites are the only people on earth exiled from their land. Everybody else has their lot. And we're going to get into them and name them out of Psalm 83, King Asaph. Do you have something to say on it? Go ahead.
Like you were saying, like right now, like Babylon has reached its peak because there's more and more confusion. You can't really look into secular history and get an example of what we see right now because all we can see is Great Britain under England once again, and they're both the same dukes, and it's just a corporation now. They're not proclaiming the old ancient, you know, the past names. There's a covering cast over everyone.
He nailed it. The municipal corporation.
Right.
All right? They have claimed the same name as the nation that we live in. It's the United States, operated by the Constitution and the law that was set on the land. And then there's another United States that has the same name that operates under all this Roman hierarchy of compartmentalism and statute code, all this stuff outside of law, violating the people of this land's sovereignty. So where's Congress during the midst of all this? If some fool from the street can figure it out, some fools from the street can figure it out, where is Congress? How have they been deceived? Okay? Andy Harris, where are you at, bro? How come you don't know what's going on here, man?
This is Revelation 13. I'm gonna start at 1.
Bring it out.
It says, and I stood upon the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the names of blasphemy.
Okay, a vision that John was given at his captivity on the island of Patmos. A vision. And John wrote this down. An Israelite, son of Zebedee.
Who is the ruling superpower? Ancient the Greco-Roman. Because Greece and Rome came back into power.
Right, this is all Rome. Caesar, right?
Verse 2 says, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, which goes back to Greece. It says, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat of great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast.
All right, so Rome had its time in power, and it kind of faltered and was getting pushed back a little bit. It kind of died out, but then they had a strong comeback, just as prophesied. Continue, Bible Kasham.
Verse 4, it says, and they worshipped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given.
Yeah, look, let's talk about some of the blasphemies. What's some of the blasphemies that the rulership of this kingdom will blast? Blasphemy, right? Homosexuality is okay. Sign the 501c3 chart, get you tax-free. Why are you getting taxed in the first place? Right. All right? What else?
Christ was a so-called white man.
Christ was a so-called white man. The Renaissance, all this nonsense, man. All this nonsense.
Yeah.
Revelations 1 and 13, Judah, man.
Come
on. Hitler, the royal regal Negro. America has it. All right? I mean, we're trying to rattle your cages just slightly a little bit, like prophesying out here basically to the wind.
This is verse 5 again, Revelations 13 and 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. You know, and then that's just going into, we're just equating everything that's coming back until today. You know, now we're gonna see, you know, prophecies come to pass as far as Mark of the Beast. You know, the new age, the technology. You know what I'm saying?
Marshall, can I get Mark 6 and 11?
Bring this up.
Come.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 1.
Bring it up.
It says, remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Because you're not going to have pleasure in this kingdom, because this kingdom to come, this devil Esau wants to put a chip in you, man, to enjoy all the pleasures of this life. He wants to control you like a robot, a doll.
And it's basically been happening generationally. Like, our body's been being changed, the water's been being poisoned, and since the water's poisoned, that means the rice and the bread is all poisoned. You think these big bread companies are filtering their water and get the fluoride out when they're making your bread?
Nah. The air polluted.
Air is polluted. They won't stop spraying. We saw 6 of them just going right into the sun today when the sun was going down, man. They're bringing the real Shabbat in with straight wickedness, man. They're about to get served up some royal judgment. And it's gonna be beautiful. Because it's been long enough we've been down here like this, man. All of our neighbors have seen Zion's captivity.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Go ahead, Marshall.
All right, this is Mark chapter 6, verse 11.
Bring it out.
And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear you, where you depart thence, shake off the dust under your feet for a testimony against them. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable.
Shall be more tolerable
For Sodom and Gomorrah.
For Sodom and Gomorrah.
In the day of judgment than for that city.
So now we have a city that's going to get a worse judgment than Sodom and Gomorrah. And if you look at what's going on here with the witchcraft, the poisoning, the debasing of people's minds and morals, we're far beyond Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay? I don't want to speculate, but feel like anybody walking up and down the street with a duffel bag may be a stripper. Okay? We just had a dude walk up with a duffel bag, and he actually had the crucifix, the Roman death sentence around his neck.
God.
So what is going on in this world, bro? How are we this upside down?
Can I get this precept?
Come on. Let Mazabaki get his, then you good.
It's Jeremiah 51:25. It says, behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord Yahweh, which destroyeth all the earth. And I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and I will make thee a burnt mountain. It's a destroying mountain. A mountain represents governments.
Right. And the destroyer, man. Who's the destroyer? Can I get Psalm 64:1? Nabaka'Allah? Or sorry, Marshall, get your precept.
So, like, can I say this real quick? Like you were just saying about them destroying the whole earth. They say he's against them that destroyed the earth. And that's these so-called Edomite, well, these so-called Caucasians, you feel me? Which are the Edomites, right?
We get ready to dig into their whole council right here. I got him on 64:1. I want you to hold 80.
Polluting the air, polluting everything.
Go ahead, Marshall. Good? All right. Go ahead, say your precept.
Oh, this is Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 3.
Bring it out.
And death shall be chosen rather than life by all the residue of them that remain of this evil family, which remain in this which remain in all the places whither I have driven them, says Yahweh of hosts.
Right? Marshall, could you read the first part of that one more time?
And death shall be chosen rather than life.
Shall be chosen rather than life. And you know what? The wicked that is ruling, they love death, man. They made a covenant with death. And then when the judgment comes in on them, it's going to be death. That is their judgment. The dryness, the staleness, the stink.
Con, also 2/3 of our people who celebrate Thanksgiving, who gonna celebrate Christmas when it come up, when the Bible is
Con.
clearly against that.
I mean, we got to understand what's going on, my people.
Sorry, can I say something?
Go ahead, Op.
Because and we're not trying to say, and we got some people out there that's coming into the understanding, and and some things it takes a while for some people to let things go.
Con.
You know, but certain things is easy. It should be easy for you to do. But I know a lot of people we got issues with
Sentimental things.
yeah.
Sentimental things. You
Not
know.
only that, but also with drugs or whatever that may be. But certain simple things should be easy.
Right.
Just cut it off and leave it alone.
Sometimes it's not easy to raise your voice up to respectfully rebuke something.
Right.
Right, yeah.
You know,
Peace up.
and communicate with your people, man. Go ahead, Op. What's going on, bro?
This is Proverbs 22:3.
Bring it out.
It says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are
What's
punished."
this? Voodoo
Okay.
or
Okay.
Muslim?
So with that, we actually Hebrew Israelites,
Okay.
the actual real Christians on the earth.
Okay.
Follow Hamashiach Yahushua,
Yes, sir.
who the world calls Jesus.
Mhm.
And we just out here teaching, man. Do you
It's
have
cool.
any
It's
questions
cool.
or what's up?
I'm saying what? I'm saying, do y'all know the real Bible? I'm talking about.
We talking about
go
the
to
real. We
go
know
to
the
the
real.
library.
We know the real, bro.
This is real, but
hey.
I'm talking about in the dictionary.
Right?
If you want to learn some real, that's
You gotta be real scholarly to search these things out. Kingly almost, right?
right. But
Can
you
somebody give me
can't.
that? It's the honor of a king to search out a
Yeah.
matter. I'm glad you stopped up. I'm glad you stopped up, brother, man.
Because it's a simple fact. The real Bible, I'm talking about, it's in the, you can't even touch it.
Well, hey, we got
But
it.
we got it though.
We got it, man. And that's prophesied that we actually had a word still.
Because
Well, can I ask you a question? What's the real Bible?
what's the real Bible?
I heard you said that like
I'm
three
saying,
times.
like-
You said, because it's the real Bible. What's the real
Okay,
Bible?
okay. The real Bible is the simple fact. It's back in 913 BC. Not BC. I can't think of his name. That really wrote the Bible.
Nah, you
No, I
talking
can't-
about
I-
Constantine.
You know.
But we're not that's what the.
You know what I'm talking about.
You made a statement. You
That's
said,
what I'm trying-
you said
that's
that
what-
wrote the Bible.
Yeah.
You gotta
No.
understand what Bible means. It means
Right.
books. He can't really. He
Man, I
couldn't
can't
have.
think of his name, right? Dude.
He's thinking about Constantine.
Yeah.
But that was not dealing with writing the Bible.
well.
It was dealing with the divinity of the one.
That's what I'm trying to understand. I figure that.
They was talking about the divinity of Yahushua HaMashiach, who the real world even calls Jesus Christ.
Right, there you
And
go.
also
That's
they
the
was
one.
going into the encompassing of pagan rituals along with the Bible. So this is where you
All you
get.
got- that's
this is
all you
where-
gotta say.
Hey,
You already
this
said
is
it.
why-
You
this
bust
is
my
why
head.
you
That's
had-
what I wanted.
But this is why you had Christmas. But the Bible tells you it's against Christmas.
No, man.
This is why the Bible. This is why the scriptures is against all of that. When you read the Bible is against Christmas.
All
You
right.
know, so when you that's why I asked you when you said the real Bible.
The real Bible.
Where's
I'm
the
trying.
real
I
Bible?
forgot the name of it.
The Torah.
16:11.
King James 16:11.
KJ 16:11, man. Like the brother just said.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's just this is just. Oh, I'm sorry. This KJ 16:11 is the best and the best translation from the Hebrew and Greek into the English.
You can
And all the
actually-
other
He
Bibles,
trying to rush you, bro.
and all the
I'm
other Bibles are
considered,
based
man. He
on.
trying to rush you, y'all. I
No,
don't like that.
brother, trying
Hey,
to
he done
that
fucked
we
me
all
up.
together,
Hey,
man.
he brought out a good point though. He brought out a good point. This second Timothy. Hey, well, you could have hung out. Hey,
It's just good.
look,
Go ahead.
this second Timothy
Now we're all
3
together on the
and
same
16.
accord.
This is order.
Talk about what the same accord, man.
Come, All right,
He's
look.
in his feelings,
This
man.
is 2 Timothy 3 and 16.
Bring it out.
All scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable reproof for correction, for instruction in righteousness. Okay, so look, people get hung up on how the Bible was written.
Yeah.
Look at what the wicked do and channel these demons to give them information. To do all this weird sacrifice and mysticism to get information from demons. We actually have the word from our God preserved for us.
Right.
All right, how humbling is that? We don't have to go do all this witchcraft and all this nonsense, man.
All right, precept.
Go ahead, Doc.
This is Psalms chapter 68, verse 11.
Bring it out.
The Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those that published it. So, Yahweh Shem Yahshua gave the word. Great was the company of all the prophets that was before the men that's out here right now on the hedges of highways teaching the word of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Great were the men that published it. So great were these men, Isaiah, Habakkuk.
Yeah, look, Nehemiah, he was dealing with the king, man, to try to be able to rebuild the kingdom, man. People were great.
You know what? It's like
Let me read this.
Hold on, let me see what Miles got.
And he was talking about the real Bible, right? But the King James 1611, they got the Apocrypha in there. You feel me? He was talking about the Apocrypha not being in there.
Oh, right. So I hope we laid it out. I mean, it seemed like he was upset.
I wish he would have stayed up longer, though.
Yeah. We could have held his patience a little longer.
Right, he didn't run away.
But
said he
we
was
could
trying
have
to
been
learn
more
something.
patient with him too, bro.
Let me bring this out. This is Proverbs 24, and I'm start at 12.
Bring it out.
It says, "If thou sayest, Behold, we know it not," select it. Yeah. It says, "If thou sayest, Behold, we know it not, if not he that pondereth the heart consider it, and he that keepeth thy soul, doth not he know it." It says, "And shall not he render to every man according to his works? My son, eat thou honey, because it is good, and the honeycomb which is sweet in thy taste. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul. When thou hast found it, then there shall be a reward, and thy expectation shall not be cut off."
Hey.
So dealing with that Jake, you know what I'm saying? He's an elderly Jake. He's maybe homeless, maybe a drunk. I seen a beer in his hand, but I wanted to tell the brother. I wanted to tell the brother to quickly wrap up his point so we can keep dealing with him and keep edifying him with precepts.
Right.
You could talk all day, but if you're not bringing out precepts, there's nothing to say. Just like he was saying about the real Bible, he has to understand what Bible means. It means books.
He was being sociable, though.
Yeah, and
Being
that's what,
sociable.
and we entreat that. But up here, you gotta be patient a bit, because you're not gonna get it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yahweh
if
by
you-
Shem Yahshua give it the increase.
If
you
you're
know?
really on the search,
Hey,
man.
God, hey, Slide it. And the point that I was trying to tell him is like, he thought the brother was trying to rush me to finish saying what I was saying. No, he was just saying like he had another point he wanted to bring up to him, but he wasn't trying to hear the facts that was being brought out. He just wanted to be
You
on
know
his
what that
own.
was? That was a stronghold. Dad, who wrote the Bible? Where's the real Bible?
Right.
That's a stronghold, man.
Now,
Go
he
tear it
understood.
down. Go
He
ahead,
understood what you was saying. I think it was just the liquor in him. You feel me? That
That's
kind of
Yeah,
set him
possible.
off. You feel me?
We trying, give the benefit of the doubt and just be
Yeah,
be
that-
reasonable, you know?
He seems sincere though. I dealt with Jake like that all the time, real rough. You feel me? That's how they is. You just gotta break it
All
down
right,
to
so
him.
where was we at before the Bible thing? Nabaka Ali, you still on Psalms 83? Can you continue on Psalms 83, please?
Psalms 83 and 4.
Bring it out.
They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation."
All right, right. And I was saying, who is the only nation that's exiled from their homeland right now? The Israelites.
Right.
So why is any Israelites back in the land that's called Israel? When we're supposed to all be exiled?
yeah. The scripture says we're cut off. We don't know who we
Yeah.
are.
And over the years in their media and their news, they say, oh, we got these Turkish Jews coming back to the homeland. Oh, we got these Bangladeshi Jews coming back to the homeland. And for what? So they can fulfill the prophecies?
Oh,
So they can still get fulfilled?
Right after World War II, like you was talking about this corporate system, World War II was a push, a movement to get them, the globalization, to push them into the land.
Hey, precept real quick.
Go ahead.
Let's show you to prove the point that you said. This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1.
Bring it up.
For the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Like the scripture said, the Lord was going to put us in that back in the land. Not the Balfour Declaration, you know,
Right.
not Esau.
Right? And that's the fulfillment of Daniel 2 and 40. With the stone that gets lifted up out the mountain with no hands, crush the iron and clay feet, and all the rest of the kingdoms come down with it. That's Yahushua and the Most High lifting up their hand, man.
So who are these people in Israel right now then?
Good question. But you know what? We ain't the first people to even call them out. The patriots around here that are on that patriotism, they've been studying this stuff, studying the law of the land versus maritime law and all this other wild stuff in between. All the laws, man. The grievousness which they prescribe.
Right.
Bring it Isaiah 10 and 1, please.
Can I get this one scripture real quick?
Come.
This Proverbs 29 and 2. This is no way you can tell that the real Jews are not in the land. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And you can see mourning all over the world right now.
Hey, that's a beautiful precept you brought out, because those rat nose, you know,
Right.
I'm just keep it
Devils.
PG, because you know they like to.
Devils.
But anyways,
Yeah.
you know, when the real Jews are in their land, there'd be peace. War is coming, so they can't be the people.
Impossible.
They
like-
can't. They can't. It's
Impossible.
done. You know, look at these prophecies.
Yeah. And then you fake fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, we
So
know.
everybody be like, oh, don't worry about that. Oh, don't worry about that. Matter of fact, let me bring this out that's written on the Statue of Liberty.
Can I say this real quick?
Come on, go ahead.
And you could tell because so many people losing their jobs. You feel me? Day in these different lines to get food. You feel me? So the earth people are mourning, man. There's no way these devils in the land, these fucking Edomites that claim to be fucking Jews, or Salakia for my language, there's no way that they the real Jews.
What's up, bro?
Feel me? You're an Israelite, bro.
Guys, really quick for that. Ecclesiastes 12 and 3.
Read out.
And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few,
Right.
and those that look out the window be darkened. No future here. It's done.
This is
Sit to dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
This is the beginning.
Right.
This is the beginning of the end right here. Okay. But let me get this real quick. This is what was written on the Statue of Liberty, who was also named the mother of exiles, per the plaque that's on the Statue of Liberty, which I'm gonna read.
Bring it up.
It goes into quotes. It says, "Keep ancient lands, your storied pomp." That's telling you, forget about your whole history. Just come here and we'll do this together. And what did the brother read in Psalms 83? It said, let us cut them off from being a nation, so the name of Israel will be no more remembered, right? Keep your ancient lands, your storied pomp. We ain't worried about all that. We just need more slaves,
Precept.
more dead slaves.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been, and the Most High requireth the past. The Lord requires the past. The beginning, and there's a beginning of something and the end of something. You know what I'm saying?
And
Let's start to finish.
And it all is related, because you even go back to the creation story, speaking things into existence, the Elohim, Adam, Eve, the sin, the fall, Genesis 6, the angels, the women. This is the Lord's judgment for all that, even up to this moment. And all the tribulation and trials and all through it, man. The times are shining. The times of being completely run out of our land and back and then run out. Rescued. Okay? Now we've been purchased and we're waiting for our husbandman to come back
That's right.
and retrieve us. Patiently waiting like a bride, trying to keep ourselves clean, trying to keep our garments white. Okay? Trying to keep our temples healthy. Can you continue on in Psalms 83?
And I listen to these vain philosophies that they got out here, these different
And
religions
Moshe,
and all this
you hold
bullshit.
on? Can I get Revelation 6 and 2. Continue on.
Psalms 83 and 5.
Bring it out.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
All right, so the nations got together and they consulted together with one consent. What'd they say?
They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom.
Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Before we do that, Confederate? That sounds like a military kind of like program, right? Keep going. The tabernacles of who?
Edom.
Edom. Jacob's brother Esau.
And the Ishmaelites.
The Ishmaelites. All right?
Moab.
Moab. We talking nations here. Edom, Ishmael, Moab.
And the Hagarenes.
The Hagarenes.
Gebal and Ammon.
Gebal, Ammon, and the list goes on. Okay? So there's a crafty council. There is a confederacy against us, the Israelites, to keep us in darkness. And the main purpose is so that we will no longer remember our nation, our purpose, and what we're doing here. But that's how far out their carnal mentality is, thinking that God is not going to fulfill his word and give it back to his people. After we pay for our sins, and we pay for going off.
That's right.
As men and as angels even. All right? So where's the elect, man? That's a small number, 144,000. But we talk about where we at right now. Mashal, you got that? Revelation 6 and 2.
Gotcha. This is Revelation. Book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 2.
Bring it out.
And I saw, and behold, a white horse.
A white horse.
And he that sat on him had a bow.
Had a bow.
And a crown was given
hold
unto him.
Hold on. Now, when people think about a bow, their first inclination is to think about the weapon. But it actually, in the scriptures, is talking about a simple piece of fabric. Continue on. A simple piece of fabric. And listen to what this person on this horse does.
And a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer.
All right, so we're talking about a dude on a white horse went out to conquer and had a crown. With a bow, a simple piece of fabric? Is he like tickling people into submission? Or what is he doing with that bow? A simple piece of fabric is what they're writing their laws on. That's what they're writing their contracts on that you sign for all your licensing, for all of your buildings and all of your code and ordinances and everything that you need to comply with. They're writing contracts on paper for you to sign. What's going on, brother? Hey, all right.
You're an Israelite, brother.
This is Psalm 64. I'm gonna start at 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows." Like you're saying?
Yeah, see, they got a real bow, like the weapon.
Even bitter words, and it's actually talking about their words, like you were saying. Like, this is their secret counsel. That's what that white horse represents with that bow. It's not a weapon. It's a philosophy and an idea to put you in a snare, a trap mentally, and then physically is going to be a punishment as well. You know.
Masha, can you continue on, please?
This is verse 4.
Oh, my bad.
This
got
is,
more.
I'm gonna read it 2 to 4. 2 to 4. This is Psalm 64 and 3 again.
Bring it out.
It says, "Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not." It says, "They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of lying snares privately. They say, who shall see them?"
See, this is our people wrote this about that crafty counsel. You know, save me from their madness. And the person that wrote this knows that the Lord set those people up to be the destroyers that they are. So the only thing you can do is pray to the Most High for mercy to be protected from the destroyer. You can't beg the destroyer for mercy. Can I get Isaiah 10 and 1?
Let me get that, and then you guys can continue.
Actually, let's finish up Revelation 6 and 2, Marshall. Salakia. And you get Isaiah 10 and 1. Yeah, start back over at the white horse.
Respect Revelation chapter 6, verse 2.
Bring it out.
And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on it had a
Had a
bow.
bow. All right, hold up. So just for edification, I just want to bring up the bow is not a weapon. It's a little piece of fabric. It's Strong's G5115 Taxon. Taxon, a bow. From the base of a bow, apparently as the simplest piece of fabric. Okay? There's a different definition for a bow that's a weapon. So we have the guy on the white horse, and what's he going to do? Continue on, please.
And he that sat on it had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer.
So the guy with the bow went forth to conquer and to conquer with the crown. So the Lord has ordained this person to go forth with his contracts across the whole earth and make deals with everybody to put them in debt or put them under the sword. Continue on.
And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." And there,
All right, so, hold off on that for a minute. Can I get Isaiah 10 and 1?
This is Isaiah 10, verse 1.
Bring it out.
It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed."
So, like, can you please read that one more time?
This is Isaiah 10 and 1.
Bring it out.
It says, "Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed."
All right, so who's writing all of these grievous laws that got traffic cameras set up, got you not able to build and do what you want on your own property without having to make some kind of deal or contract, got you paying taxes on your income, got you being incorporated or being a slave or it's all one and the same? Who's running around doing that? Can I get Nabokala, can I get Daniels 8 and 25? All right, because a lot of this is everybody's own fault, man. When you get involved in a contract, you end up agreeing to something. And look at how far they've taken it, where like you got to download an app or something, and then you got to agree to the terms and agreements, man. How many people is even reading the terms and agreements that everybody's been agreeing to lately?
no one does.
No one does. But I'll tell you what,
Disagree.
somebody proofread it, and it was a damn lawyer. I mean a liar. Oh, no, I mean a lawyer.
Yeah, same thing.
Set up to lie, yeah.
Set up to lie, man.
This is Daniel 8 and 25.
Bring it out.
Through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
All right, so by the policy, man. That's why you have the police enforcing the policies. All right, the strong arm of Babylon, tricking you into basically giving evidence against yourself to put you under their authority.
Wear a mask.
Like, wear a mask. I mean, get out of here, bruh.
Hey,
You ain't gonna come over here in my yard and be like, you gotta put a mask on.
Slocky. Hey, now they talking about they want you to wear a mask when you leave outside the house. If you got one outside, just walking outside.
I see people walking their dogs wearing masks. I'm like, what's going on, man? It's 45 degrees out here.
Ain't no way, man. Keep that.
People, and look, everybody just needs to study how a virus works and operates. All right? And then you'll see how silly the whole thing is. It's all political. Wearing the mask is all political. It doesn't have anything to do with your health. It only adversely affects your health.
It's like, can I bring out one of the policies that this country implemented to?
Come on, bring
the
up- bring
13th
the policy
Amendment.
Come on, bring
It
that
says
out.
neither slavery nor involuntary solid servitude except as punishment for crime. So you can be a slave if you commit a crime now. They just transferred us from being in a damn cotton field, a sugar cane field, and said basically if you commit a crime, you can be a slave now.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that's
the
another
purpose.
policy, man.
Right.
That was the purpose of privatization of jails.
That's right. And all the jails are privatized. You hear that? They're private, corporate, for-profit.
So, to paint the picture in your head, imagine this.